Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quad Radio and our Friday feature today, turning our attention to the Grand National Cross Country Championship and one of the final top 10 guys we've not had a chance to talk to yet this year, and that is, of course, one Mr. Kevin Yoho. Kevin Yoho, welcome to Quad Radio, buddy. How's things going?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. I know it's Friday, it's frigid here, and I think Old Man Winter has finally found its way to Ohio. And I know you are also from Ohio or close to the Ohio area as well. So I imagine you're probably feeling the same effects I am today, huh?
Yep, we're about 35 minutes from Powerline Park, so we got a bunch of snow over the past weekend there.
So this nice weather thing that we had going on where you could actually get some training in and stuff might have kind of disappeared a little bit on you up north, huh?
Yep, it kind of put a damper on it.
So have you had an opportunity to do much training? Because a lot of people I've talked to from up in this area, the Northeast and Ohio, Pennsylvania and stuff, have been telling me that they've been able to get a lot of riding and training in here that they normally have not just because of the weather conditions.
Yep, it's pretty decent. And me and maybe Mac and Nathan, a couple of us went down to Brushy Mountain once there in North Carolina and rode a little bit at Logan Nixon's house a few weeks back. So we've been getting it in.
Well, that's good. That's good. So what has been going on for Kevin Yoho?
We switched to the injected quad. Seem to really be liking it so far here, and got a little bit different training program. Doing a little bit different exercises, and we'll see how I do this weekend down at Rattlesnake Ridge, I guess.
There you go. So I take it you're heading south like a lot of folks are heading to Rattlesnake Ridge to get some of that, wintertime rust knocked off, if nothing else.
Yeah, but it's been a while since Loretta, so we'll see what I got.
So what have you been doing since Loretta's, my good man?
Just working and riding. That's about it, really.
What kind of work do you do?
I work in a coal mine running heavy equipment, running a loader.
No kidding. So are you a strip miner or is it a deep mine?
Strip mine.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So you run a loader through the week and race professionally on the weekends, huh?
Yep.
That seems like a pretty sweet thing you got going on there, but you don't get a chance to do much exercise from the seat of a loader, I imagine, huh?
No, not really.
Well, I hear you guys, BNR, Big Nutz Racing, I hear you guys have got your team put together, and from what I've seen, man, it's looking like a pretty good team and roster you guys got.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of guys. Corey Blankowitz, AJ Kins, Nathan Hornacek, Ryan Smith, Robert Smith. I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody or not, but there's a bunch of us.
Wow, sounds like it. So are you all headed down to Rattlesnake Ridge this weekend?
6 of us are. Yep.
Wow, so that sounds like a pretty big truck you're driving down through there. Are you guys running in tandem or what?
Yeah, we're just taking the old pickup and the trailer there.
Well, let's talk about last season, man. You had some fights last year, from what I can remember.
Yeah, I was really happy with what I did as far as my first year. It's a bunch of top 10s, which that was just my main goal, to get in the top 10, and got 9th in pro and then number 10 for 2012. So I was pretty proud of that.
I can imagine, and I know that a lot of people sometimes, whenever they make that step up to the XC1, they find themselves scratching their head, but it sounds to me like you fit right into those guys, speed and everything.
Yeah, several of the guys raced local series, Johnny G and Wilson Pickens, and we all get to race together quite often, and just try to do the best I can.
So basically, you had an idea of what you were going to be faced with whenever you went into it, and now that you've got that year under your belt, what kind of things have you done here in the off season? I realize working in the coal mine and stuff, it makes it a little tough to train, but what kind of things have you changed up this year in comparison to all the other years of training that you've had?
So far, just doing a little bit of more circuit training in the gym instead of just just running or lifting separate from each other. I've been kind of mixing it up and working with Brian Foltz on that. And every year I get more in shape for Florida, but it's nothing what them other guys are. But each year I keep getting, better prepared for Florida. So hopefully this year I'll be pretty decent.
Now, as a rider from up north that doesn't have the opportunity to go down and train like a lot of these guys do, Kevin, how much importance do you really put on the Florida race anyway? I realize it's the season opener and it's an opportunity for you to make a statement and everything, but it is what it is. It is a totally different race than any other race we race on the series.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but I just try to get a solid finish in and, at least get a top 10 or something would be my goal. And it takes me a few races to get in the swing of things, being from up north.
Yeah, you're one of those old school guys that they used to talk about how everyone used to do it. Basically, you race yourself into shape once the season gets underway, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it takes me a couple there, and I'll start to get, maybe tired on the next to last lap and then work my way to where I'm feeling good the whole race through.
That's awesome, man, and that's good that you realize that. And also, it's good that you've probably been working on that a little bit this offseason, so it might be a little better this year than what you realize if you switch things up, like you said. And, of course, Kevin, we've seen you around for the last few years. Like you said, you made your step up into the XC1 Pro class, got your first taste of that last year. We know what that's been like for you, and we know what to be looking forward to and everything. But the one thing that we don't really know is where did Kevin Yoho come from before the Pro-Am class? I mean, you kind of just slid in there, made a little name for yourself and the B&R team. And tell me how you and the team all came about and all that.
I started nationals when I was 16 in the C class, and I got second in the C class, and then skipped the B and rode A with Brandon Summers and got second to him in 2006, and then went to Pro-Am from 07 up until 2010, I think, or until this last year.
Wow, so you were kind of a late starter. You didn't have a lot of the advantages that some of the kids did working their way through those ranks. I mean, you just basically jumping into it like that from C to A. Sounds like you either were either very, very talented with it, or B, you had maybe been racing a little bit and realized that, hey, in order to get better, I need to race the better guys. So obviously, was there any racing before you hit the Nationals?
Yeah, I did some CRA racing up here in Ohio, and there's a couple tracks in PA, and I did a couple series there and won the Woodsman and the four-stroke championship in that. And then I went to the Nationals in those 05 there.
Wow, so it's been a pretty nice progression to you. Now, did you make the pro class as soon as you would have liked to, or would you like to have made that step a little sooner?
I planned on going earlier, but it just money was the issue back in like 07, 08, and I did get some help there, and it kept me riding. But I started working in 09, and that's when I started stepping it up.
That's nice. Now let's talk a little bit about the team, B&R, Big Nutz Racing. How did that all come about, and what's your guys' motto and all that?
I just seen Ryan from the CRA series, and Ryan and Bert, and Corey was there in the beginning, and a couple other guys, and they were just fun to be around. I started riding with them a little bit in 06 and 07, and we always hung out together there. And the years in between there in 09, and I just had a rough season there going in 09, and I switched to the Yamaha the last half there, and Ryan helped me out. Ryan and GT Thunder really helped me out.
Wow, so basically it became a team, and you guys have been growing little by little ever since then, huh?
Yep, we got several guys now, and we have a blast.
That's awesome. Now, sponsorship-wise, what kind of support do you guys have there?
I got to hit Ryan Shaw, B&R Motorsports. Guys, GT Thunder's really helping us. Big thanks to Johnny G, GBC Tires, Power Mat, and helping me with HMF, Precision, all balls, bearings.
Sounds like you got it.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of help, a lot more help than I've had. Bling Star's helping me out with some aluminum. It's been really good.
Well, that's great, man. It sounds like things are progressing along quite nicely. A nice team there, good buddies to ride and race with, and sounds like things are looking up for you. Now, as far as this 2012 season coming up, what are your plans as we head into the season? I know you're heading to Rattlesnake Ridge right now on the new fuel-injected machine that you got there. What are the plans for between now and River Ranch?
I'm going to race this weekend and probably ride up north here the following weekend, and then I think me and Corey are planning on going south the weekend of the 25th, and then I'll be here until Florida after that.
Wow, so you're going to go down and start pounding the sand whoops there just before the race. That sounds like a pretty good plan. Now, once the season gets rolling, what's kind of your plans and goals there?
I'd like to, for my national number, I'd like to get a single digit. That'd be the goal, and maybe bump down a couple spots, hopefully 2 spots at least in the pro class if everything goes good.
That's great, man. So are you hoping to maybe get up there and run with those guys in the top 5? You think you got what it takes to run up there yet?
That's another goal, is to get a top 5. I'll do my best, and I know I can get the speed with some of them, but I just got to put it together, I think.
Well, that's great. Now, you mentioned early on there about making the switch to the fuel injection. Let's talk a little bit about that real quick.
So far, it's working really, really good. The bike's it's just flat out more comfortable than the old bike. The throttle response is awesome, and I think it's going to be good. I sat on one of the old bikes the other day, and I couldn't believe I rode it before.
So sticking with the Yamaha, I assume?
Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. So just some changes there. It is pretty amazing, and that might be what you're looking for out there, for that little extra punch there, for those couple extra spots during the race that you're looking for here in the 2012 season, man.
Yep, I'm hoping that's going to the BNRG keep the underquad.
That's great, dude. Well, I know that you're busy trying to get prepped and trying to get rolling down the Rattlesnake Ridge. I just talked to Brian Wolf and those guys. They're on their way over, I guess, Gabe and Chris Bithell, and they have some truck issues. They're about 45 minutes away from the track. I hear a rumor that the truck's not rolling, and they may be driving from the hotel on their ATV. So keep me up to date on that one, all right?
All righty.
All righty. Kevin, sounds like you got a good plan, man. It's good talking to you here on a Friday. Take care of yourself and have a great weekend, all right?
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. That's Kevin Yoho. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is Quad Radio.